Hello, welcome to the very first edition of Tech Disruptors with Darren, myself, and Jason. We are back for another year. It's 2024. We got a new name, a new look. We got slightly more handsome over the Christmas break and New Year break. I mean, it was a low bar to clear, but we're there. We're here. This new name, just to kind of give you a little bit of a history here, we all of last year and a little bit of the year before, we were broadcasting as the TNT podcast, and we have rebranded, which is the cool thing to do currently. And our plan is, as you may have heard on our Twitter Spaces that we did just before the new year. Our plan here is to essentially bring all kinds of tech content, not just news, but product reviews and things that interest us, things that annoy us. But we're doing it by taking the filter off. So we are not going to hold back. If something doesn't work, if something doesn't look good, if something is stupid, we are going to call it out, and we will call out brands and companies if need be as well. So we're here.
This is not a beauty filter; it's just natural beauty.
It's true. This is correct. Yeah. I mean, I kind of wish I had a beauty filter on right now, but that's okay. I mean, we can't all be like Tuna. For those of you who are tuning into our podcast for the very first time, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate you. But this week, especially the beginning of January, it always tends to be a blockbuster start, because we start with the largest electronics show in the entire world, which is the Consumer Electronics Show, which just wrapped up today, in fact, in Las Vegas, the 2024 edition. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with CES, it is a 3-day, I believe, festival. What do we call it? A 3-day showcase of all of the latest and greatest tech that's coming out.
Is it like Tech Burning Man? No.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. What was that festival where everyone paid money and it never actually happened?
The Fire
Festival. Yeah, it was a Fire Festival. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. That's what this is like. No, that's what CES is like. But in all joking aside, CES is a very interesting thing for us people that love tech, because it means that we have the opportunity to kind of get a little bit of a sneak behind closed doors, peel back the curtain, whatever analogy you want to use, of what the tech space and the tech world will look like in 2024. In particular, some trends that we're going to see, some products that may hit the market, some prototypes, which are always seem like a waste of money, but that's okay. Tuna, we are unfortunately are not quite there yet when it comes to being invited to CES. But that might be next year.
Yeah, yes. Next year. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
2025, we're here. Yeah. We're ready to go. Tuna has had his bag packed for like 5 years. He's just
7, actually. But
7. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's itching at. I mean, I'm just gonna grab a pair of underwear and a camera and just go, and that's pretty much it.
I got a guitar too.
Well, that's exactly right. Yes. So, basically, today's podcast, the very first Tech Disruptors podcast, is going to be all about CES, and we wanted to kind of highlight some products and some interesting things that we noticed came out over the last couple of days, and kind of give them maybe a bit of a thumbs up or a thumbs down, because there were some definite products there that will probably never see the light of day.
And that's important to say, because CES isn't just about what we know is coming out and a glimpse of like the next phone or the next TV, things that we know will come out, but it's also about concepts of things that people are working on that aren't quite available. And some of the things, now I know, Darren, you wrote some things down you want to discuss, and I got some things I want to talk about. A lot of things I have are already coming out. We know it's just a matter of when. The other thing is, some of these things are just kind of cool technology that's on the cusp of coming out.
Well, yeah, and I mean, look, we're going to kind of bring up and kind of go through. I was this afternoon. I've been following CES, but as you can probably imagine, there is a lot to cover. Like quite literally, we're talking hundreds of product releases that, again, may or may not see the light of day. We're hoping that they do. It would be awesome if they did. But one of the things with CES is, like I said, it's not just tech. It tends to be a little bit of everything. And I mean, the big theme of 2024 at CES is AI integration, which I think Tuna and I can probably both agree on this, will probably be a big push across the board in 2024 with all different spaces, not just smartphones, but also in smart home living, appliances, you name it. It's going to be a big thing this year. So let's jump right in. And I wanted to talk a little bit about something from Samsung that caught my attention. So I'll pull it up on screen so we can kind of get an idea of what it is that we're talking about. But Samsung, they always come out hot out of the gate at CES. And they came out over this, I think it might have even been yesterday, with something called the Samsung Music Frame. And I'm going to pull up an image so you can kind of see what it is that we're referring to here.
That's not where I thought you were going with that one.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So here is this Samsung Music Frame. Now, for those of you who, may have seen the image and went, what the hell am I looking at? So how do I explain what this is? So it is a wireless speaker.
Well, before you do that, Samsung has a line of frame TVs that looks like a frame painting, and they're very, very popular. And this is going along the same lines as that frame series look.
The aesthetic, right? Yeah. So, So basically, for those of you who may have seen some of Samsung's releases, they have a TV that looks like it's framed within a picture frame. And the whole idea is that when it's, I think in ambient mode or it's switched off, it displays like a screensaver of artwork, I think is the general idea, that like to make it look like it's integrated seamlessly into your home decor. So the music frame is an interesting one because basically it at the core of what the Samsung frame is, it's a speaker, a Bluetooth speaker. But it pulls kind of double duty. So it holds printed photos or artwork that you can integrate into it, but hides the Bluetooth speaker in the background. So you would actually mount this on your wall like a regular picture frame of your friends or family, but it actually is hiding behind the frame or behind the picture a Bluetooth speaker, and a pretty powerful Bluetooth speaker. From what I understand, I don't know how big this is. I mean, it looks like a regular picture frame size.
It's got a little bit of girth, so I'm guessing there's some resonance in there for like, yeah.
Well, I mean, looking at the specs here, the specs kind of caught my attention because I was like, how do they fit all of this into? I mean, it looks boxy, but still, there's 2 woofers, 2 tweeters, and 2 mid-range drivers. And they're saying that the speaker is capable of Dolby Atmos as well.
Just one, or you have to combine more than one?
Well, I don't know. See, this is the thing. It's not very specific. They're describing it as having a wide radial sound range, which basically means that it covers quite a large spectrum of sound. But the way that Samsung describes it in some of the literature that I was reading about it, the whole idea is that it's meant to fill the room with audio. So I wonder if this is the kind of thing where it could replace like your larger Bluetooth Nest speaker or Nest dock or whatever Google's options are.
It gives me vibes of, Sonos has their thing where you could combine multiple speakers into a system. And then IKEA teamed up with Sonos and made their own, and they actually have speakers that you can hang that looks like art that plays. But it's the Sonos kind of, it uses the same app or same technology. It'd be interesting if Samsung's trying to start their thing, or they're going along, along the same lines where you can combine one of their sound bars with 2 of these in the back as art, but it's actually your surround sound speakers or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, again, I mean, it's a fascinating concept. I mean, I understand why Samsung does this, because I think more and more we're starting to see with tech that goes in our homes. I think a lot of these companies are trying to push this notion where it integrates into your home but doesn't overpower your home. And if you think about all of the tech that we have in our homes today, I mean, we have Bluetooth speakers, Wi-Fi receivers, chargers everywhere, and docks everywhere, alarm clocks, smart clocks, all of this stuff, smart fridges, smart washing machines. Like for someone that maybe seeks a more like minimalist aesthetic, I can understand why you would want to hide some of this stuff behind maybe like a useful picture frame, or have a frame that makes it look like it's not actually in the room. Basically, the way that they've got this set up is that 2 of the woofers are rear firing while the other 4 are front firing. So they're giving you kind of like a stereo setup. They use apparently what's called Q Symphony technology, which basically says that it can use the TV speakers along with your home theater audio gear to boost overall sound quality. So I think what that means is that it pairs with other Samsung products to give you almost like surround sound. If I think that's the notion. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that, Tuna?
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to see this turned into like a system like Sonos, where you can use these speakers, hang a couple in the front and the back, have your surround sound speakers, and hell, you use a Samsung sound bar for your main sound. I think it's an interesting concept. I guess we're gonna have to see what it really comes out like. I wasn't at CES, so I didn't read like the press release and what they're expecting of it. I just read the kind of cliff notes, like probably what you may have done too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, 100%. I guess it was one of the first things that caught my attention because it looks. I mean, I've seen some of Samsung's framed products, but I just hadn't seen something to this degree where I was like, oh, okay, so they're really trying to make Samsung all about the home. And, and what I mean by that is they're trying to make it integrate into everything else that you have, but not kind of control.
Well, and that's what I kind of read. Like, I was never a big fan of the Samsung frame TVs. I didn't really see the need. I don't hang my TVs in the wall.
They're expensive, yeah.
They're expensive, but it's more like, I'm not really sure what the reason is, but they're saying it's a big seller, and that's why they decided to have this, like you said, aesthetic with speakers and now too.
Yeah. So I mean, look, that was one of the very first things that caught my attention, and one of the themes I think that I saw through CES was there's a lot of stuff that these companies are trying to integrate into your home. Especially that are driven by AI and driven by that kind of nature. Now, the perfect companion to a great sounding picture frame speaker would be an amazing television. Now, LG came out of the gate hot. I think this might have been a day one release, if I remember right. Like, this was one of the very first things that was read about, tweeted about, all of that stuff online. It was one of their OLED TVs, but what makes this one particularly special is that it's transparent.
That's the fishbowl, right?
That's the fishbowl.
Fish tank. The fish tank, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, OLED technology's been around for a while. That makes a lot of sense. But this particular TV from LG is transparent, meaning that when it's off, you can see right through it. And it actually resembles, like Tuna said there, a little bit of like a fishbowl scenario, if you will. Now, it's an OLED TV, so you're getting all of LG's awesome OLED 4K resolution, wireless transmission.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. And, I'm just going to try and find a better picture of what it looks like. And I mean, some of
the aquarium one was really cool. I thought it looked really like an aquarium because it's got that translucent look to it. So it looked like that, but it had a fish, like a fish tank. There was a fish.
Yeah, I had that image up here a few minutes ago. Actually, let me see if I can track it. Hang on, where it looked like fish and fire and all kinds of crazy things.
And while this was a day one release, like you said, but there was another company out there was also releasing translucent optics, and I'll let you talk about that, but.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no. And I mean, look, the reason I bring up this is because it's actually legitimately nice to see a company like LG come out with this, because LG is kind of, I don't think it would be everyone's first choice for a television. I think most people gravitate towards your Sonys of the world and things like that. But, we're talking, so the basic setup of this TV, they're saying it's got like a built-in Alpha 11 AI processor, which for the record sounds amazing. But saying that it gives better graphics performance, faster processing speeds. You can connect all of your streaming devices, all of your game consoles to the box rather than to the television. So basically what they're saying here is that this is offering us like almost like a completely wireless TV where everything you're connecting to it is of a wireless nature versus a wired nature. And I don't know about you, Tuna, but my TVs that I have hooked up in my home here, there's just a mess of wires behind there. I'm not a very good wire hider. But yeah, like legitimately kind of an interesting concept. Now, I don't know. I couldn't find if this was a prototype or if this was something that legitimately might find its way to market.
I think it's a hard sell for these translucent TVs because there are some drawbacks.
Yes.
But interestingly enough, during that, I didn't watch all of it, but they said LG came out and said LG TVs will also integrate Google Home smart home hubs. Oh, so your TV will double as your home hub. So instead of having a Google Home Max or a Google whatever, you can use your TV for all that. And it says, I'm going to hear it says TVs will act as hubs for Google Home, so you can easily set up and control your any Matter device and control LG, Google, and Google Home. And it uses what's it called, WebOS. So it's interesting to see that Google's searching for other partners like WebOS and other things like that. So that's really good for me to see LG still working with Google and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I mean, I think like I was looking at this TV, I'm just reading about it. So it has 4 speakers, which apparently deliver some pretty interesting, like powerful sound. So imagine, pairing that up with a Google Assistant, you've essentially got a big, massive Google hub that you're turning your LG TV. And I don't know just based on what you were saying there, Tuna, I read somewhere that they were thinking of like making all of their LG product line having the Google integration. Like it's going to be like a software update kind of.
Right. And I'm just saying it just in addition to having a sweet, cool ass like translucent TV, you can also have the Google Home. I think that's a combination of the best of both worlds right there.
Yeah, and I mean, talking about Samsung, I know we just mentioned them, but they also came out at CES with their version of a transparent screen, and I'll pull up an image of what that looks like.
Well, and including with that, Samsung also announced that they're adding smart home features to their TVs, but they are adding Matter support. But from what I've read and what I've seen, they're really focusing on their Smart Things brand, which they purchased, a couple, 5 years ago they bought Smart Things, and Smart Things is a great concept, but that's one that uses like Matter, Zigbee, Z-Wave, all that stuff. So,
And I mean, looking at these things, and I think, it's funny, they weren't the first to deliver transparent TVs. And, I think some of the Chinese brands have been doing it for a while now. But is this a trend that's going to take off? Like, I always think, like, so in my home here, I have a 65-inch TV downstairs. It's a LED TV. It's big. It's cumbersome. It's there. But I'm just trying to imagine what that space might feel like if when the TV wasn't being used, there was just a plane of glass there.
Yeah, you can hang like something behind it too. So when TV's off, you see the art.
Bingo.
Or like that when it's in like a sleep mode, you can have that aquarium kind of look or something different than like flashes of like pictures, like Google devices have like the art that pops up, which is nice.
Yeah.
I think there's a plus and minus. I just don't know how well translucent will sell to the general consumer at this point. We don't know how much it's going to cost, but they do look interesting. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm a projector kind of guy. I know that they say projectors will never meet the quality of an OLED or LED, but those are there's advancements at CES on projectors too that blew my mind. So.
Well, speaking of which, what was something that caught your attention, Tuna?
Something?
What got your attention?
Hey, look, you see this? 1, 2. I have like 4 or 5 pages of stuff I thought was interesting. So obviously, I'm not going to go through all that.
Yeah, give us one of them. We'll have a look at it. I'm going to talk about a list.
Well, I think you put this on the list too. Okay, so I would consider myself more of a PC gamer.
Yes.
But I'm not good with controllers. So like, I'm not good with thumbsticks. I'm good with a mouse and a keyboard, but I have a thing for these portable gaming consoles that, like the Steam Deck, the ROG Ally, what's the Lenovo Go or whatever. I have a Steam Deck, but this MSI Claw has my attention, and there's a couple reasons. It's not much difference than the Ally. They almost look identical except for the colors.
Yes.
But this thing is rocking the new Intel Meteor Lake I think it's Meteor Lake processors, and their built-in GPU is supposed to be on par, or if not slightly better than what everyone's been clamoring with AMD. So
right. Okay.
I like the way, if you look at the picture there, the thumbsticks have the LEDs, which is a little different. They use HAL controllers, so you're not going to have as much drift.
Yes.
But you could have some issues with reliability because those are known. In my Steam Deck, I actually replaced mine with HAL controllers, and that was not something I'll ever do again. I'm not good at that stuff. But like I said, this is a really interesting concept, and I think I've seen a few hands-on, and it looks like MSI has really done well. 1080p screen, 120 hertz. I think you can get up to like a terabyte. I think it's what, $699, $729, and 800 or something like that. And so it's reasonably priced. It's not going to be, and they're promising 2 hours of gameplay at ultra high level.
They're saying 53 watt hours of they're saying the most battery on any handheld gaming device.
Well, and when it's not plugged in, it can go up to 35 watts. And with 35 watts maxed out, it says you can do 2 hours, which doesn't sound like a lot. But if you're playing triple ultra level games, then that's not a bad thing. Now, when you plug it in, obviously you get more battery life, and you can probably get a little more wattage out of it. But there's also like a dual chamber cooling system. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out here, but I really think this thing is something interesting, and I think MSI has got something. I think at the price, I don't know if the internals are easily upgradable, like your storage, like the Steam Deck. I think you'd be better off buying the cheaper version. So I think the only difference is the memory, and just upgrading it later on. So, but that was one thing that caught my eye for sure.
Well, just looking at it too, looking at the processor, like you were mentioning with the processor there, it looks as though it actually might be a game changer when it comes to like mobile gaming. Like,
and I have to correct myself. The cheapest one is an i5 or the 5 series. There's a 5 and a 7 series. It's kind of like their i series they've always had. And obviously, I think the difference is virtual cores, or I think one's got 6 cores and one's got 8 cores, processing cores for the and they say for the $50 difference, you might as well go for the higher processor. So.
Well, looking at the specs here at this again, I'm also interested about how they're going to cool it, because one of the issues with a lot of these handheld gaming devices is that they get hot. You're essentially holding a computer in your hands, right? Now, they're saying that they've got this kind of intraflow thermal design, which essentially means that it allows more airflow to cool the internals so that the device stays cooler for longer. And as we know...
Don't you love how these companies come up with new names on how to cool their devices?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, the hyperflow.
Yeah.
What I'm wondering, one of the things that makes that kind of interesting is, the reality is the cooler that they can get the device to be, the longer the battery life. So I wonder
and performance.
So I wonder if maybe they've figured out a way to kind of flex that to get the best performance out of their device. Maybe they've cracked the code,
Well, I think there's like 2 fans and 2 chambers or something. I can't remember the picture I saw. And it's supposed to be pretty good. Now, no matter what, in that small enclosed case, you're going to have heat. But if you can dissipate it, the quicker you can dissipate it, obviously, the better it's going to be for battery life, performance. Yeah. Either way, will I get one? I don't know. I'm pretty happy with my Steam Deck. I like Steam OS. I think for a gaming handheld, running Windows is just not a good option. There's too much tinkering around. I think Steam Deck kind of simplifies it, and that's what makes it nice for me. I love computers, and I can mess with them. But when you're looking at an 8-inch screen trying to figure out settings on a Windows device, it's a pain in the butt.
Well, it's funny. Wi-Fi 7, high-res audio.
Bluetooth 5.4, I think.
Yeah. Thunderbolt connectivity.
It's not the latest gen though. It's
4 Thunderbolt 4, I believe.
Not 5. Right.
No, but that's okay. That's a rarity in a handheld device, right? So
you can hook up an external GPU if you really, really want to. It defeats the purpose of a portable device, but you could.
Now, here's my question, right? So every time I see one of these, and there's so many of them on the market, And they're saying here that you're going to have to use their MSI app player gaming library. Mm-hmm. How vast can MSI's gaming library be?
Well, if it's just an OS overlay, it probably just takes all the stuff you have installed on your unit and puts it in like an overlay. That's where I like Steam Deck better, because everything is right there in Steam because you already own it.
Yes,
and Steam's had a hell of a head start on getting it better, releasing the new OLED version that's even more, just slightly better. So but I'm interested in this for sure. I like MSI. I run an MSI laptop right now, so I'm a big fan of their stuff. We'll see what happens. MSI, if you're listening, hey, I'll give it a shot for you.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, we're happy to test it out for you. Don't worry. Now, given what we do on this podcast, I was a little bit curious about something from Belkin, which would be a little bit unexpected. So they've released what's called the Auto Tracking Stand Pro. So what the Auto Tracking Stand Pro is if I can find an image that doesn't look ridiculous.
I think I've seen this. No, that's not what it was, but I've seen this, yes.
Yeah, so the Auto Tracking Stand Pro essentially is a MagSafe compatible auto tracking stand. So essentially you launch your device up on the MagSafe block. And it has 360-degree rotation and 90-degree tilt. So it will actually track and follow you as you're doing your TikTok dances and your Instagram reels and video.
Perfect for me.
Well, I was just thinking, I know you're huge on TikTok, right? So, I just figured that actually might be something that you might actually pay attention to. So basically face, body, and movement tracking. Works with FaceTime and other popular video conferencing apps. Single button activate and deactivate the tracking. So if you just want to use it as a regular stand, you can also do that. It also is a MagSafe wireless charger. So 15-watt MagSafe wireless charger. And it can also run on its own battery. So it has rechargeable batteries at 5 hours approximately. NFC tap for easy pairing. It seems like a pretty interesting kind of concept, right? I know they have a video here on their site. I'll just kind of if we can pull that up so you can kind of see the basic gist of how this operates, but it kind of looks like something like DJI would make, right? And one of those podcasting handheld gimbal types. But I think just more of a more stationary process. Part of me wanted to ask you this question. Is this a gimmick? Is this just to satisfy the TikTok generation?
I would say that you're right on the generational thing, but this isn't the first device. There's a lot of webcams that do this now too. And I don't know, Delvon's not here, but he even has that portable camera you can carry around.
Yes.
And they all do very similar things. Now, this one's not for vlogging, obviously, but I don't think you can carry. I don't know if it's portable, but either way, it's just that thing where, hey, we're going to capitalize on this short form video format that everyone's doing these crazy TikToks or dances or whatever. There's so much stuff up there, which isn't a bad thing. It's popular right now and it sells, So,
well, it's funny. I can't tell you how many times I've been at a grocery store or a coffee shop or something, and I've seen young people, not us, young people with those suction cup MagSafe things where you can stick it to a wall or a window, and literally they're sticking it on the glass of a coffee shop, and they're outside on the pavement doing a TikTok dance and streaming to the world. Now, listen, it's not for me, but I could see it for something like what we do kind of being interesting, right? Because I know you're using a Pixel 8 right now for your main camera here, but having the ability to have rotational awareness, if you were someone starting out in the vlogging space, doing YouTube, maybe perhaps, I don't know. The iPhone's cameras are pretty good. You're essentially creating.
But for vlogging, for me, I'm thinking that you're outside walking around and you have the I don't know if this is meant for outside. There's a big base in the bottom of that. I don't think you're going to be carrying that around. That seems like more like something you sit down on a desk somewhere. And I'll tell you right now, for me, live streaming, I don't need that because I'm not going to be, doing a dance where it's got to follow me around. I mean, I could show you guys some dances, but I don't want to show off. But
yeah, it's true. We don't want you to school us on how to do it, right?
Right. If I had this thing though, I would for sure, definitely.
100%. Yes. Your TikTok account would be fired. Absolutely.
Right.
Well, now
that leads me. Well, I don't know if you're done yet. I was going to
go ahead. Yeah.
That leads me into the next product, and this is being full of crap. Okay. Because I'm full of crap when it comes to dancing. And I don't know if you saw this. I had to put this on here.
Yes.
Kohler, the company that makes showers and sinks, the Kohler Pure Wash E930 bidet seat. It actually sprays. It's a bidet, obviously.
I'm gonna pull this up. Hang on.
Oh, look at this! It's voice control. So, hey, Kohler, wash my ass.
Yes. Yeah.
I want something to wash my. That's it right there.
So I saw this too, and the first thing that came to mind was this is interesting. A voice-activated bidet.
App connectivity. So are they going to sell my data of how crappy I am?
Maybe how full of shit you are. Maybe like that could possibly be it. Yes. But yeah, I did see this, and it was the bane of a lot of jokes. From a lot of people in the tech space. I actually don't know that much about it. I caught it, had a good laugh out loud, but
you had a laugh?
I did have a laugh out loud.
I instantly fell in love.
Yeah. So did you mention that it has a remote control?
I didn't mention that, but yes, as you can see here, it's $8,000. That wouldn't surprise me because they have, I think, upwards of $10,000 toilets. If you have voice control, I'm surprised it doesn't talk to you. Like, hi, this is your Kohler assistant. How would you like me to wash your butt today? Or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kohler. So here's a little fun fact for the people that are interested in toilets. Kohler is actually one of the leading suppliers of bidets. Like they are one of the major bidet makers, I guess, in the world, if you will. But we're talking, this is like a level up. Like this is impressive.
Yeah.
You've got a remote control, heated seat, adjustable water temperature and pressure.
Right.
Various spray modes. Like, what does that mean?
I'm telling you.
Like fire hose?
This takes crap to a whole new level.
Yeah. Like literally $8,000. That is insanity.
Well, insanity. I bought 3 of them, of course. We got to get 3 of them in the house. So
Oh, I have to read this to you because I think you might appreciate this. So there's an oscillating spray, a pulsing spray, and then there's a gentler child mode.
Yes, I saw that.
That's right. But I think this is my favorite part. I'm just reading through the press release here. My favorite part of this, absolutely, is what they call the boost spray, which is when it goes full pressure. Full pressure. So, on those days,
honestly,
I guess, where
when you said that, the boost spray, the first thing I thought of was Fast and Furious when they go into the shop because I need some NOS.
Yes. Yeah.
Get some NOS on that toilet.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I don't know how much boost you would need. But I mean, look, I've been to Japan and I've sat on toilets that will play music and dry you and do all that kind of stuff before. So I mean, it's not an uncommon thing in the world. Maybe not in North America, but I mean, like this seems to be like the toilet. If you are a big toilet person, like if you are the one that's sitting there reading your news and I don't know, eating breakfast. What
do you mean? You don't have to be you. If you buy one of these, that's gonna be you. You're never going to want to get off.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, like, why not? It's $10,000. Who doesn't want a $10,000 toilet? What is that? What does an average toilet go for? I'm just.
I would say probably in US for a decent one, you're running $150, $250 between there.
Right.
And like I have one of my toilets is pressurized where it has a bladder. And those are even more expensive, but they use more air than water. But typically, but do this stuff. I want this.
I would love to know what the voice commands are Like, can you imagine what those voice commands are? Hey, Kohler, I just took a shit. Clean me up. Like, can you customize them? That's what I want to know. Can you customize the voice commands? Because that would be amazing. Right. Like, could you imagine like your child talking to the toilet and just going, did a number 2?
Well, here, kids, like they get used to this thing. They're going to school and they're like, hey, wash me. Oh, crap, I'm not at home.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, it didn't wash me. Never mind. I'll just go without, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
$10,000. That's impressive.
Well, I love how. Can we get a brand deal with Kohler?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm down to support. Let's go.
Tech Disruptors, sponsored by Kohler's Toilets. That's perfect. I love it.
I'm curious about the Amazon Alexa and Google Home compatibility.
I don't know, because that goes back to that. They say Google, Apple, and Amazon are all like stealing our selling our information. Well, hey, this guy takes 3 craps a day. We got to get him. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. That's something you want to know.
I wouldn't trust Google with my bowel movement data.
I wouldn't trust Apple either, or Amazon either. So,
now shifting away from crap for a second, did you happen to see probably one of the greatest names of a speaker ever, the Brain X? Did you happen to catch the Brain X?
I know I don't know if I did.
Now, the Brain X slid under the radar here.
Now you got me curious.
I'm going to try and find a Brain X photo here.
Oh, boy. This should be interesting.
But this is actually a pretty special looking device. If I can find a photo. Hang on one second. Sorry. I have a photo here, but it's not the best one. Okay, so let me... I'll pull up the article here. So this is the Brain X. So the Brain X is an interesting one because it looks like a conventional Bluetooth speaker. Actually, here we go. Here's a photo. So conventional Bluetooth speaker.
Okay.
But this one's kind of special. So this is a small size, compact, Wi-Fi enabled Bluetooth speaker that has a bona fide subwoofer built in. Not a bass port, not a woofer, and in a subwoofer. And
how big is the driver on that?
8-inch subwoofer.
Wow.
And it actually is vented at the back for airflow and sound release.
Who makes it? It's a company called Brain X?
It's called Brain X. That's exactly right, yeah.
That's a terrible name.
Yeah, I actually think...
I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of the name.
Well, I mean, Brain, I guess, conjures up, like medical.
I thought you were going to say it had AI, which is called the Brain. I'm thinking, it's got AI involved with it.
Here is the funny thing.
Okay.
So, basically, from what I understand here, apparently it has amazing bass, which of course it does.
Obviously.
But sound-wise, they're saying that it's one of the best Bluetooth speakers that have ever been released at CES.
Who's saying
this? This is, I'm just reading, like, I've got a bunch of websites up here that all the people that had a look at the CES at Brain at CES, and every single one of them said once you hear the bass and the sound output of this speaker, it's going to make every other Bluetooth speaker you have in your house just look like garbage and sound like garbage. They're saying here in some of the things, so it has 4 other drivers along with the subwoofer.
Okay.
It's launching immediately. So this is like, it's basically coming this month. So it's not something that's a prototype.
Oh God, how much is it?
I wanted you to have a guess.
$1,500.
Oh, that's a little high, actually. Believe it or not, the Brain X is coming out at $599, which is a very competitive price for what you're getting there, right? So, I mean, I don't know. Like, this one caught my attention because it really legitimately looked different. And the Brain X, again, I guess it's a new product, right? Like, this is something.
Oh, it's Brain as in BRANE, Brain Audio.
Yes, you thought I was like brain.
I've never heard of it, and I can't see this. Okay, so that makes a little more sense. But yeah, you're right. Order now.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So There lots of big like audio stuff for the people that love audio at home. You might be able to appreciate this. So they're using custom magnets to cancel internal air pressure that inhibits sub bass. So in a lot of Bluetooth speakers, because of the that sub bass, which is not the mid range sub bass of this music, a lot of the time that gets lost from the vibration. Mm-hmm. But when you have a magnet, it kind of cancels that out, and it takes away that kind of air pressure that's built from inside the speaker and allows a little bit more dynamic audio coming out of the actual speaker itself.
Can they be not daisy chain? You did say daisy chain. Can they be put in a pair?
Well, I was just looking at that because I've been trying to find that information. Like, can you compare this up with one of the other Brain speakers? I don't know. I can't seem to see that there, but I would have to imagine if you're releasing a speaker like this, people are not going to want just one. They're going to want two of this speaker.
Well, I have the Google Home Max, the big speaker they came out with years ago, and I had two of them because they can be put together now with the Sonos lawsuit. It's lost a lot of its functionality, but I do like that ability.
I correct myself. You can link up to 4 speakers for surround sound. In multi-room party mode. Yeah.
Party mode. Get some strobe lights, get a rave going. Yeah. Nice.
Well, it's also interesting because it's IP57 water resistant too.
So you can put it outside.
So you could actually have an outdoor like home theater set up outside. You could do like movie night in the backyard and actually have good sound for a change.
I think the problem with these speakers are when they're in. So I'm not an audiophile by any means, but when you have a speaker and you put it in the corner of a room, you usually get better sound because of resonance and dynamics. So something like this, I don't know if you get the same response. It's still going to sound good, I'm assuming, but you move it out to a bigger area where there's not enough, resonance and all that stuff may not sound as good. But I actually kind of want to order one to find out. But the Tech Disruptors doesn't pay me enough yet. So.
Sorry, not yes, I know. I'm sorry. I'm hoping. And Dalvon's just joined us. How you doing, Dalvon?
All right.
So we're just talking about this amazing CES Brain audio speaker, which has a built-in subwoofer.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, like compact little device here that has a massive sound. Caught my attention. We're talking, an 8-inch subwoofer built into a tiny little frame here. And they're saying you got tweeters in there for the highs and the giving that ultra-wide sound stage. But here's an interesting thing. So they're saying 12 hours of runtime at moderate volume.
Where does it weigh? 30? It's got to weigh 35 pounds.
I've got that detail right here. It's funny that you say that. I was just looking for it. No, it doesn't weigh 45 pounds. 7 pounds is the weight.
7 pounds without? Oh, come on.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like it honestly looks good to me. And they're saying you can connect it to all your streaming options: Spotify, Pandora, Prime Music, Sirius, all of that stuff. Has an auxiliary port.
Is it Bluetooth only?
No, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi.
Okay, I'm going to guess it uses Wi-Fi to connect the speakers together because, that would make more sense, but okay.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This one caught my attention. Like, I know this one slipped under the radar a lot, but when I saw this, I was like, damn, that's something that actually is a good product to come out of CES, and it's available now. You could actually buy one right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does it support Google Assistant?
No.
I was just checking that now. And so it has Alexa built in. It works with Apple. It works with Apple AirPlay, and it works on Spotify.
No Chromecast.
I see so far, but I don't see Chromecast yet. Which might be a slight deal breaker there for some people.
That's kind of a deal breaker. Unless it's portable. If it's portable, I'll use it for like outside and hanging out with family and stuff like that. But
and inside the home, waterproof.
Yeah, but you get better sound through like Chromecast and Wi-Fi audio than you do with Bluetooth. So I don't know about that one.
Well, I know, but like, if it's assistant. If it don't got assistant, it's a deal breaker. I'm sorry. Like all my speakers in my house, I can talk to. So if I'm gonna buy a smart speaker, I needed to have Google Assistants.
Well, before you came in, we were talking about talking to a toilet. So
Yes, we were.
That's awesome.
Smart.
Yes. Now, Delvin, let me ask you this actually. So this voice-activated Kohler toilet, which is also a bidet, is voice-activated, Google Assistant, Google Home connected, 4 different spray modes, heated seat. How much was it? $8 grand?
8 grand.
10 grand?
$8 grand?
$8 grand.
Never. I would never. I'm sorry.
You are the Google guy. You could pay for it.
Yeah, that's it. You got this.
I need them to send me one out. I don't want to pay for it.
Now, I don't know. Listen, how much are you shitting that you would do 10,000 bucks? You would enjoy a 10,000.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like
oh Lord. Let me turn it down. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you got to be on that toilet for a long time to like value those things. Like, that's crazy.
No, you don't. See, you guys are missing the point. If you buy this, you will spend more time on the toilet.
Oh gosh.
Here's the thing: if you're,
I'd be on the toilet with my phone though. I mean, the phone does all that too. You know, kind of per se.
But see, well, it doesn't clean you. I hope not.
No, that's right.
I mean, look, they're gonna have buttons, right, where you can control it manually. So
but the toilet has a remote control as well.
Yeah.
So you look at
that. Now, here's the thing. If you are sitting on that $10,000 toilet, but you are surrounded by Brain speakers, you might actually be able to have an immersive movie-watching experience while you're taking a dump.
That's an out-of-body toilet experience.
That's an out-of-body. That's absolutely out-of-body, yes.
Wow. I mean, you probably used the bathroom twice while sitting up there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, shifting gears.
We were talking about MSI, the gaming stuff, and and I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge like gamer, but I don't know if you guys can see this. I got the Red Magic 9. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
Everything flashes lights. But there was a phone that was released at CES. This one's not one of those.
The ROG.
The ROG.
Yep.
8. And what's interesting about this, it looks very subdued compared to what they've done in the past. They've upgraded the cameras. They gave it wireless charging. They gave it I said cameras already, didn't I? So it looks like it's not only going to be their killer all-out gaming device, but it's going to be a device that anybody can buy and actually use. Like this ROG phone, or this Red Magic is fantastic, but the cameras are terrible.
Yeah,
and you can't. There's no reason to use it. So I think for this, I'm impressed. They still have the one with the LCD screen on the back that you can customize and all that. Yeah. And Asus makes some pretty killer products, especially like with the Zenfone and stuff. This might actually go on MKB HD's top camera next year too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, looking at the specs,
it's possible.
So, I mean, they're saying here pro level AI cameras. They're saying like 50 megapixel main shooter, 6-axis hybrid stabilization, 2 times lossless zoom, 13 megapixel ultra wide, 120 field of view, 32 megapixel telephoto lens with 3 times optical zoom, and image stabilized. That's impressive, man. That's let
me tell you, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. I've got the Nubia Z60 and the Red Magic, which is basically the same phone, same company. That Snapdragon Gen 3 is a beast. Like it's got the power, and it is. Now these things have like 6,000 milliamp hour batteries, but they are, for so far, these two phones, the efficiency is out. I mean, it's out of this world. So to me, you combine that with a company that's a little more well known here in the U.S. You has a little more money to throw at it, and you're going to have one hell of a device. I mean, I'm sure it's going to have some AI stuff. I think I read somewhere that the new Snapdragon Gen 3's got AI cores or whatever, and I want to say Asus is adding that in some part in this phone, but I think most companies are saying they're doing that.
Listen to this. Listen to this. This is impressive. So I'm just reading up about their XSense 2.0 software that's built into the gaming side of things. So it can help you by learning AI patterns in a game.
Yep.
So, for example, in Genshin Impact, which is always the fucking game that they mention that no one plays, but Genshin Impact, XSense can be configured to automatically pick up loot, fast forward through scenes, and have your character automatically run rather than walk. So it actually uses AI to help you in the game.
No, cheat bots. You're kicked out.
Yes. Well, seriously, yeah. Like, how do they know? I guess that's it. That's the question.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's an interesting concept. Now, this thing's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, 24 gigabytes of RAM.
Isn't that nuts?
What, like Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.3, sorry, water resistance.
IP68 this year. It was IP54 last year.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. Is this the first gaming phone that actually might be a public kind of buy? Like, people are actually going to go, well, I would use that.
No,
that one's right. Because to me, yes, this is the first Asus ROG gaming phone that's more aimed at the general public. It's got everything you'd want, wireless charging, but the general public doesn't know about this phone. They don't.
Yeah,
they know Samsung, maybe Google, and they obviously know Apple. So, but I think Asus keep making these phones, so someone's buying.
How much is it, Tuna? Do we know?
I
couldn't find that on here.
Yeah, so the ROG A line consists of the ROG Phone 8, ROG Phone 8 Pro, and the 8 Pro edition. And it looks like for $1099, you get the ROG 8.
Okay.
And it comes with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. Meanwhile, for $1199, Phone 8 has 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage. And for $1,500, it's the Phone 8 Pro edition that has 24 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage, and the LED dot matrix display on the back. But $1,500. Look, it better give you everything plus wash my ass like the Kohler toilet. So,
well, listen, that's like foldable. That's foldable phone prices.
Yeah, but foldable phones are great, but they have their weaknesses too. That screen's going to break at some point.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't like. All right. I just want to talk about the foldable thing real quick, right? Because I have one, and I use it daily. I haven't seen foldable screens break any more than a slab phone over the past 5 generations of the Galaxy Z. Here in the US,
let me preface that by saying what I mean is a screen bending is more likely to have issues than a screen that doesn't bend. That's what I mean. Like,
okay. Now,
I'm sorry.
And
I've had to flip the Flip 4, I think it was, or the Flip 3, and I used it for about 8 months, and I noticed where it was bending, it was starting a rainbow effect, and that wasn't broken.
Yeah,
but you could see there was some wear. All I'm saying is you have more ability of wear and possible issues with the more moving parts. Whether that's true or not, someone says like there's a OnePlus Open post where the screen went black. That one person had doesn't mean everyone's going to get that, but we blow it up way out of proportion.
They really do. They really do. And you're right though. Like I would say that at least if the durability is good with these companies and they're building the screens right, at least you'll get your 5 or 6 years before that start happening. But some people may get it sooner because of quality control. I mean, obviously, but I don't think that people should blow it up as the way they do, because they really be blowing this stuff up big time. When one person gets a broken screen or something like that, and we don't even know what they did. They could be lying for all we know, right?
Yeah.
Well, the question you have to ask yourself, if you're a folding person, you're going to pay $1,500 for a folding phone, not this. But if you're not someone who's 100% sold on that and you want the best of the best, I mean, is this the best? If you're an iPhone user, hell no. If you're a Samsung S23 Ultra user, maybe, because I would imagine the S24, when it does come out with 1 terabyte of memory, if they even have the option, and 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is their max, it might be close to that price. But with this price, you're getting more memory, more RAM, maybe not as good as cameras, but you're getting a hell of a lot more gaming centric. I don't know. It's a tough sell, I think, either way for gaming phones.
I mean, gaming phones.
This Red Magic is like $599 or $600. It's a
the
half
camera's
price.
so shit on that, Tuna.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're better, but they're not. I wouldn't use it for a camera at all.
Yeah.
Gaming phones will always be a niche, no matter how you look at it, because mainstream, between the Samsung phones and Apple, iPhones, and up and coming Pixels now, they are just the mainstream phones that everybody want to get. You either want to go with Samsung, you want to go with Pixel, or you're going to go with iPhone. Any of these gaming phones that people are making is going to be for the tech enthusiast who knows about this stuff. And then even then, it may not be their main phone, because to be honest with you, most people want a phone and a gaming phone and a phone that just does, and a good camera and a good video. They want everything, and this is why a lot of people brag about the iPhone. They say it could game, it got a good camera, it got good video. This is what people kind of want. They don't want to buy a phone dedicated to gaming, no matter how much they complain about gaming on other phones, which kills me, because you'll never hear me say, well, it don't game good. I don't really care. But the people who say that, they walking around with an iPhone, right? They're probably walking around with a Galaxy phone or something like that. But like Like seriously, like if you really care that much about gaming that you had to bring up that one thing about a phone can't do, like pixels, then go buy a gaming phone. Yeah. Because not everyone who walks into these carriers are like, ooh, what gaming phones y'all got?
Yeah, no, right. That's exactly right. Yeah. You wouldn't find
and here in the US, you're not going to find AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile saying, hey, you can get the new Zenfone 8 Pro edition for $30 a month on a. You're not going to see it.
Here's our gaming phone. Here's our gaming phone section over here. All our gaming phones. No, you're not going to see that. You're going to see a Samsung section. You might even see a small Pixel section, but you're going to definitely see Samsung and Apple and all these carrier stores with a big, huge section. Then you're going to have like other phones that just put a big sign that says other.
Well, and that's Delph, it. I'm confused. I live in the US. I don't who's Pixel. Who's Pixel? All I know is Samsung.
Yeah, who are these guys?
Who's Pixel?
I mean, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm not denying that. You're right, because even like when I go into Best Buy, it's so embarrassing when I go to the okay, put it like this. It is and it ain't, right? If you walk into my Best Buy here in Virginia, you will see a whole section for Samsung, right? And we have everything that Samsung sells, from their Ultra tablets to their buds, to their watches, to their phones, everything, right? The whole lineup. Same thing with Apple, right? Whole section for them. Then you'll get like a small little corner. I mean, a little corner. Let me try to picture how big the corner is. Let's just say about 5 Xboxes. 5 PlayStations stacked together. 5 PlayStation 5 stacked together. It's about that much space of a corner that you get with 2 phones up there. That's it. It'd be like a cheaper Pixel and maybe the Pixel 8, not even a Pro model, right? But then it's embarrassing, right? Because Google has so much more stuff. But then if you walk to another section in Best Buy, Google has a whole home section over there, and it looks good. Matter of fact, the display looks better than Apple's display and Samsung's display put together, because it's like it's like a house, right? It's like a wooden built-in house area, and it has all their speakers, all their doorbells, and everything look really good. I'm like, Google, y'all paying these people to display y'all stuff, and this is how they treating y'all phones? Like, if anything, throw the Pixel phones in the same section.
Yeah, put them in the house. Put them in a damn house.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's embarrassing, man. It's really embarrassing.
At my Best Buy here in Toronto, they have them together. So they don't have the house, but they have like a Google Home section, and then right next to it's the Pixel phones. Like it's a side-by-side kind of deal.
Yeah, that's how it is. The Best Buy closest to me. They don't have a house, but they have. You walk in right there's the mobile section, and they have Samsung, and then they have the Google, and Apple's kind of off to the side. I mean, it's still a big section, but they have the tablet, the phones, and then the Fold right there. But it's not very big, but it's all right there.
Yeah. Well, listen, speaking of phones, I, for the very first time ever in my life, purchased a CES pre-release product. I didn't imagine that I would, but this one really got me. It got my attention straight away from the press release of this. So this is the Rabbit R1, which is co-engineered with Teenage Engineering. Now, this is kind of an interesting device to try to explain, because it technically is a phone. It has SIM card, 4G, LTE, all of that kind of stuff. But it essentially is a virtual AI assistant in your hand. Now, this thing uses larger language model, which basically means that it is all voice interactive with a scroll wheel for you to scroll through actions and sub-actions and whatnot. But it comes with a camera. And from the demos that I saw in the release, it appears as though this is like a pretty interesting AI hardware device that you carry in correspondence with your phone. Now, I didn't even know that's the best way I can explain it. Tuna, can you give a better description than that?
Yeah, it's he even says in the he's talking about it at their live stream event. It's not meant to replace your phone. It's supposed to be in companion. And I think that's where it's going to be a tough sell. Yes, it's a good price. Yes, there's no subscription models. And yes, it's got a SIM card.
Design.
But what I find interesting is it's got a button. You push a button like a walkie-talkie and you say blah, 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 blah. And interacts with multiple apps at the same time. That's what I thought was interesting.
Yes.
It integrates with multiple apps. It's got an interesting concept with the phone or the camera. I thought the camera was going to be more used for like it to see me, like what I was doing, but it swivels all the way around too.
All the way around, yeah.
Yeah. And it's got the scroll wheel. It's interesting because, as you may or may not know, the Pin AI is meant to come out around the same time, February, March.
Yes.
And that one's priced at $699 with a $24 a month subscription fee, which includes service, title, music service, and obviously the AI stuff. This one is, I think, $199 with no subscription fees, and it's supposed to come out March, April, or February, March, Easter. And they've already sold out their first 10,000 units. So
actually, me and Darren, 20,000.
Oh, okay. Well, me and Darren have already pre-ordered. Well, I don't know if Darren knew I did, but I did.
Oh, you did too. Oh, okay, good for you. Yeah, okay.
Oh, and here's why I did it. Here's why I did it. It was a good price, and I want to compare it to this Humane Pin AI because I think it's going to be interesting because the Pin AI is more expensive, but it also seems like it's got a little more. It's a little heavier on the technology, like with the laser, and the pre-made service, but it's probably got a better camera, I'm assuming. But it's a different concept. The pen sits on your chest or your lapel, whatever, and this is something you hold in your hand. So I'm interested. Yeah. I think if you're a betting man and you want an AI on the cheap, it's probably better off to get this. And watch out, Battle Angel just joined the live.
There you go.
She did.
The first Tech Disruptors podcast. There we go. But I will just say this much, Tuna.
Don't you cry. Don't you
it's
cry.
My voice. Man. Sorry, Dalvon. It's my voice, buddy. I sound scary.
Mommy might have to come back and get her.
Oh, no.
Do this on the last one. Oh, okay, baby. You're going back to mom. Look at her.
We should mention that Alita was the first baby born on TNT podcast.
Hold back up. We weren't involved. We weren't involved at all.
No, we're the great uncles. We're the great uncles. Yes, but no, honestly,
I hope not.
It wasn't a team effort.
That's funny.
One of the things that makes this interesting in my book, and this is what caught my attention, and he described it in his keynote, that unlike ChatGPT, like ChatGPT can respond and request. Like you ask it something, it gives you an answer. This does something. And I think that's what sold it for me. And he gave an example. He said he called an Uber. He said, "Can you call me an Uber? I need to go to this place now." 5 seconds later, the Uber is booked. He has to confirm it on the screen, and bam, it's done. And that seemed like a very quick interaction for an AI-based device.
But Darren, we know it when you see these things on TV.
Yes. I know.
This could have been all like a pre-recorded thing, so we don't know how well it's going to be. I'm hoping it works out well, but
yeah.
No, I don't know.
I mean, to be honest with you, none of this stuff ever works that well that we get, but it still works in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And that's what really kind of matters, that it does work. You know, because even like how when they display how good Google Assistant is on stage over these past years or whatever, from the 6 and up and everything like that, like I still have problems with her understanding me sometimes. You know, not all the time, but sometimes. And then sometimes I just be having a regular conversation, and she just be like, I can look for that for you on the web. I'm like, what?
I know. I hate when that happens. But here's what I like. Here's what I like about this. So this is what AI is taking over, obviously. There's two devices. Like I'm going to be using this one and the Pin if they actually come out. Pin just Humane just laid off a bunch of people.
I saw that. Yeah.
But either way, I don't care. I'm going to try it out. That's what technology is about. I'll be a guinea pig. But what is interesting is Google has trillions of dollars, billions of dollars. Apple's got this. Apple may not be talking about AI now, but they're going to jump into the ring at some point.
They will.
Google's got Bard. They got the Gemini. They're going to integrate that with Assistant. Are we really going to need something like this? So my reason for this is these companies are making these products that are actually evolved around software, whereas Google's kind of both. So this might just be a proof of concept for now, where it's going to work well, and someone's going to snatch it up and just integrate it into their ecosystem, which I think may or may not happen. But I am definitely intrigued by this, and that for $199, I mean, it's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong,
price,
but it's not an $8,000 toilet. But you could say, hey, you could say, Rabbit, get me a new Kohler toilet. That's $8,000, and then they would order it for you.
Or hey, Rabbit, can you wash my ass?
And, well, I don't know if it'll do that.
Right? Well, I mean, it works. It integrates with other apps, right? Like that's what it's supposed to do.
I mean, you can wipe it with Rabbit if you wanted to, but I wouldn't throw my $200 away.
That's what happened to my son's
Make sure there's no ingress. There's ingress protection first. You don't want anything, stuffing up. Oh God.
Yeah, we don't want to get anything stuffed in
I'm going to stop
the
right there.
slot. But look, I think we can all agree. CES is always an interesting time of the year because it gives us this big spectrum of what's coming, what's going to be interesting. And I mean, look, we only just scratched the surface today. There was lots of interesting stuff that was released. Lots of audio products. I mean, the Sennheiser Momentum 4s, which look really interesting. Then you had like all the TCL, the Next Paper stuff, which is, their screen technology. But I think, the products that we've kind of covered here today, I think these are some of the ones that kind of stood out as some of the ones that were a little bit maybe out of the ordinary, maybe a little bit out of left field, and kind of caught our attention. I mean, look, how many laptops did they release? How many of them actually did you pay attention to? And well, that's what I'm getting at, right? So like this kind of thing, like the Rabbit R1, like this is a brand new product. It's a brand new segment. It's a category, right?
Well, and like we talked about the Asus ROG phone. That's nothing. I'm interested in phones. That's the only reason why I mentioned it. That's just the phone that's going to come out. Every year you're going to expect. This is something totally out of left field. Yeah. There's bidets out there, but how many toilets can you talk to? Those are the kind of things that I think are interesting. Would I buy an $8,000 toilet? No, but when Dalvon gets his for review, we'll ask him how it works.
Yeah, I got you.
Yes. I wonder if
to be honest with you,
yeah.
Oh, I gotta say, to be honest with you, I would get one, but like $8,000, there's so many more things I would get before that. But being that I converted my place into a smart home already, and anything else I can add to that, I will always add to it. Because I'm like for this whole AI thing and using my voice, like I'm living for the future and I'm cool with all this AI stuff. So like anything they drop that will be useful in my life that's AI wise, I would do it. And right now, Google kind of making those good products right now. And I like Google Assistant. So until somebody do something better, and Bard is coming. So Bard is probably going to take Google Assistant's place. And, because Google, it seems like Google knew that everyone is going to start doing AI. So they had to make something better because they need to stay ahead. So
now here's my question, right? Just before we wrap up, this device is meant to engage with other apps. Can it engage with the Google Assistant?
Probably not.
That's I doubt it though, because Google is not going to let them. Yeah, I don't think.
Well, no. Yes, because Google is going to buy this company up.
Yes, 100%, and this is going to become. Yeah.
You make a point.
But listen, I mean, they've just released the next block of 10,000. So they've sold 20,000. They've sold out of 20,000.
Do you know what number you are? Are you in the first 10,000 then?
First 10,000 guaranteed. Yeah.
I think I am.
I was at work and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I watched the keynote. I was eating my lunch and I'm like, what have I got to lose? And I just basically clicked.
I read the article without seeing the picture. And I go, Rabbit. The first thing I thought of was an adult entertainment toy. It's the first thing I thought. Like, I ain't looking at no damn rabbit. I don't care about that. And then he goes, hey, I ordered a rabbit. I thought he was joking with me. So I clicked on this. I looked it up. I'm like, oh my God, it's an AI assistant.
Yeah. Well, I just want to give before we head up, speaking of AI, I want to give a shout out to Joe. Who's Hickey85 on X, and he shared this gem of a CES device, if it will load. Hang on 1 second. So I'm just going to pull this up.
So for example, I've just seen a sex toy called Handy, which connects to the internet. It's a male pleasure system. It's wild, and it's here at CES. You can connect to the internet. Someone else can remote control it. You can control the speed, the length, all kind of different things. You can connect to porn sites, so that way it synchronizes with whatever you're watching.
Synchronizes.
Now, listen, I have never seen a better handshake device than that. I imagine it would teach you how to handshake very well.
Very well.
But look, I mean, listen. we're always looking for sponsors.
I thought it was a bottle shaker. Everyone shakes their bottles.
Or maybe a nail polish shaker, like you just.
Oh yeah,
like you just. It's convenient for ladies.
Maybe a cork remover of some sort.
Maybe. Okay. Maybe an old-fashioned ballpoint pen.
I mean,
shaker.
don't you want your cork remover to be synced with a porn site? I mean, who wouldn't?
Of course, why not? Right? But listen, that. There are a lot of great products at CES, and that was just a little gem. Thanks to Joe, who I don't know if he's going to catch this tomorrow, but Joe alerted me to that one. He actually tagged me on that post, which I thought was fun.
I wonder why.
I don't know. Maybe he knows something I don't know. But anyway, we will wrap up our very first episode back of Tech Disruptors there. Thank you very much, everybody, that joined us. Delvon, Tuna, and everybody else that's tuning in live or will tune in the next couple of days. Make sure you follow us on X. We now have our very own account on X called Disruptors 2024. So make sure you follow us there, and obviously on YouTube and all other great places where you can find us. And as always, we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and all those other great places where you can find great content. So thank you very much. I am Darren, that is Jason, that is Delvon. And you can check out our respective things in the things there. Delvon's just the Google. You just look up Google on X and you can find him. Just the Google account we're suspecting is run by Delvon. But definitely check out his channel. You're growing, man. Those videos are getting awesome. Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Hey, look,
just remember us little folk. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
You're right.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So thank you very much. We'll wrap it up there, and we will catch you next Friday. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you again soon. Thanks, guys.